Brian Jones. What happened really the night he died, and who will benefit the most from his death? There is more to this story than meets the eye. On July 3, 1969, Brian Jones was found dead in his swimming pool, but from the very beginning, something about his death didn't sit right with everyone. Less than a month earlier, Brian had been kicked out of the Rolling Stones, the band he had founded himself. The man who was once the face of the group was suddenly completely sidelined. That night, Brian was at his home, Cotchford Farm, in Sussex. A few people were present at the house: friends, acquaintances, and staff working on the property. It was described as a quiet evening, nothing that suggested danger. Later that night, Brian went into the swimming pool, and he never came back out. This is where the confusion begins. Reports differ on who discovered him first, but his girlfriend Anna Wolin and others who were in the house were among the first to notice him and respond. He was pulled from the water, and according to Wolin, she believed he was still alive at that moment because she thought she felt a weak pulse. This detail has never been independently confirmed and is still disputed by various witness statements. The official ruling was clear: death by misadventure. The investigation concluded that alcohol and drugs were present in his system, and that he likely drowned accidentally. Case closed. But almost immediately, questions began to circulate, not in official reports, but in conversations, interviews, and later accounts. Why was Brian alone near the pool? What exactly happened in the final hours before his death? And why did different people present that night, give conflicting versions of what they saw? Over the years, theories began to emerge. Some suggested it was simply a tragic accident, but others believed there was more to it, that something may have happened during the night that was never fully reported. One name kept appearing in alternative accounts: the man who was working at the house that evening, Frank Thorogood. He was reportedly one of the last people to see Brian alive. But no accusation was ever proven, and no charges were ever brought. Why would he do that? He had no motive, and being dead was of no advantage to him unless someone wanted him dead. What has also raised questions over the years is that this was reportedly not Brian Jones' first experience with alcohol or drugs. He was familiar with both, which leads some observers to question whether intoxication alone fully explains what happened. In addition, Jones was known to be a capable swimmer, and the pool itself was not considered deep. For many, these details make the official explanation feel incomplete. If he was experienced in the water, familiar with substances, and in a relatively shallow pool, how did the situation become fatal so quickly? While none of these points prove foul play, they have remained central to the doubts surrounding his death. Combined with the lack of clear witnesses to the final moments and the limited investigation, they continue to fuel debate about what truly happened that night. The case didn't disappear. It was reviewed again in later years by police. Journalists also revisited the story, tracking down people connected to that night. Some claimed there had been more to the story. Others denied any wrongdoing completely. But even after multiple reviews, the conclusion never changed. No evidence of foul play. No reason to reopen the case. So, two narratives remain. One, a tragic accident involving substance use and misadventure. The other, a story filled with unanswered questions, conflicting accounts, and lingering suspicion. Brian Jones was 27 years old when he died, and his death would later become part of the mythology surrounding the so-called 27 Club. But unlike many stories, this one never fully resolved, because to this day there is still one question that remains: what really happened on the night Brian Jones died, and who will benefit the most from his death?